Hi, it's Saturday morning, and today and tomorrow are Oxford Open Door weekends, when a lot of places that are normally closed to the public get thrown open. For example, the Castle Mound, which we can just about see there. I'm in New Road at the bus stop opposite the castle and the Malmaison Hotel. And one of the other places that's getting thrown open to the public is the inside of this bus.
Alright, George. Are we ready to go on the bus?
I'm on the top deck, and this is a bus which is normally in the Long Hanborough Bus Museum, and it's on its way from New Road to Bond Square. And then it's going to do a little tour around the town. That's the Westgate Shopping Centre. The Bus Museum has a display in Bond Square, and this is one of the other buses, the display bus, single decker. And it looks as though there are quite a few people waiting to go on. These bus trips are free. And that is Queen Street. There are several different vintages of bus being displayed. One of them, which I've actually just been in, was from 1960. I couldn't get close enough to the windows though to get a good view, so I got off and I've come back to go on this one where I'm at the front of the bus. Another one was from 1967. Bus enthusiasts. The first one was made by Dennis, and the second one I believe by AEC. And they have very similar red and cream livery, and adverts on the side, generally with fairly light brown text. I passed one for Walters. That's the bus a little bit from the side, and I think the colour on the right, running along from front to back, is cream. Same sort of cream as below the driver's window. And those are the uniforms, and the Bus Museum will have taken care to make those as accurate as possible. And I did see somebody who I assume was maybe a bus inspector or somebody who checks that the timetables are being kept to, in a long black heavy weather coat, but I don't know where he's gone. That's a normal 21st century bus. And I've just seen the route checker man. He had a clipboard, and I think he's just about to sign up. There he is. He's evidently just logged that we're fine to go. I once slept in the engineer's room in a bus station in Sighișoara in Romania, and I seem to remember them having a very similar system there. I was talking to a student who studied forestry, and he'd got a sort of summer job as the equivalent of that guy. And I must say that's the first time and the last I've ever slept in a bus engineer's room. But it was very generous of Sighișoara bus station to let me do that. Now we're going down the high street. And I'm just wondering, because Oxford has done so many things with its one-way system, whether we're actually following an authentic route or perhaps we're not allowed to. Well, it looks as though they're taking non-passengers here.
Who's getting off here? Somebody said they want to get off? No? Alright, well, we'll try it. Let's get going then. Anybody else getting off here?
He's just finding out who's getting off, if anyone.
Right, that little jump. If you do want to get off, just let me know in good time. Don't leave it to the last minute. Anybody getting off at the stop in the high street? The next stop in the high street? Okay, fine.
Now you're seeing me riding down what has been called one of the most beautiful high streets in Europe, so enjoy it. looks as though we're taking on a few more passengers. This is the main cluster of bus stops in the high street.
这是公共汽车，这是古老的公共汽车，这很特别的公共汽车辆。
Okay, hold tight, please.
Hold tight, please.
坐好了，今天没有司机说坐好了。
这些不是古老的公共汽车，这是很多很多的。
外面的不是古老的，我们现在坐的是古老的。
I apologise for the shakiness. You can argue amongst yourselves about whether this is due to the bus suspension or the poor quality of the high street road surfacing. Magdalen College on the left. Botanic Gardens on the right, mainly behind that building, so you don't see many of the plants from here. Magdalen Bridge. St Hilda's College down there. I did a newcomer's walk from there recently, and now we're going back up Magdalen Bridge and back up the High Street. Longwall Street on the right. That dome thing is the Radcliffe camera in the distance on the right. Somebody from Bristol recently asked me, "What's that pepper pot thing?" And that was the Radcliffe camera. That's the pepper pot. Looking into Magdalen. Those buildings have been there for a long time, with the exception of the sort of stone shed, which I don't think is a worthy addition. It echoes the form of the earlier buildings very sort of brutally. number 99 Holywell Street on the left. As we pass there's a house with green and white window frames, and that is one of Tolkien's houses. He lived there in about 1950 to 53, I think, before moving to Headington. Number 99 Holywell Street, Tolkien. This is St Cross Road. St Catherine's College is down the road on the right, Manor Road. And there's another Tolkien house there, actually, number 3 Manor Road. He lived in before 99 Holywell Street. It was too small for him. And now we're getting to the University Science area, which you'll see because the buildings become a lot uglier. So the older Victorian science buildings were quite gracious. This is a new psychology department to replace a brutalist grey concrete thing that was built in the 60s. That's the first organic chemistry laboratory, the Dyson Perrins, and I believe the guy who founded it was related to the Lee and Perrin of Worcester sauce, Lee and Perrin's Worcester sauce. That was the inorganic, or probably still is, the inorganic chemistry lab. That's chemistry of atoms that are not carbon. And those blue hexagons on the right are plaques from one of the chemical societies, noting the achievements of some of the chemists who worked here. So that's inorganic chemistry, chemistry that's not about carbon but about metals and silicon and boron and things like that. And it's had a number of achievements, and some of them are recorded on those hexagonal blue plaques. Only in Oxford. I think that guy is some sort of monk. Keble, built 1870 or thereabouts, coming up on the left. And that's the University Parks on the right. Trees outside it are already turning yellow, sadly. So we've followed the present day one-way system, whereby traffic comes up over Magdalen Bridge and then has to go along Longwall Street, and where we've just been. We're now coming down Hanborough Road. Sorry about that. That's the Department of Statistics. It used to be the Mathematical Institute, the main maths department. Now that's been relocated to the University Observatory quarter. And it's got this funny partly symmetric tiling outside, which I talked about when I did a talk about Tolkien and his use of myth there a few months ago, June I think. This is St Giles. It used to be outside the city, and it's now for 2.5 days a year the site of St Giles Fair, and you'll see a lot of St Giles Fair videos at night and at day that have just appeared on my channel. I do love the trees here, especially in the spring. St Giles may not be that big, but it's one of the classic boulevards of Europe.
Next up's George Street. Shops, restaurants, other delights. Anybody want George Street?
Right, he's
Yeah,
off.
okay.
He's offering them George Street as the next stop, shops and restaurants.
Next stop will be George Street.
That is, well, that used to be our much loved department store, Boswell's. Now it's been turned into a hotel, but they've kept the name. That's Debenhams, which was another department store, and which has been left derelict for maybe 5 or 6 years. I believe the university has now taken it over and is building a sort of mini science park inside. So some passengers are getting off here.
Cheers, mate.
Now, I imagine that what we'll be doing is going to the end of George Street and then turning round and going up New Road where we'll get off.
Right, hold tight, we're on our way.
Hold tight, we're on our way. that's the canal down there on the right of the street that continues George Street. And here we are coming back up New Road to the castle.
Yes. And if you want to go back up to Bond Square, get on the one in front.
He's stopping here. Thanks very much.
Do this one. Let's do this one.
Yeah.
Now, what's what? This is the one that's made by Dennis, so I think this is 1960.
Don't know yet. It's what you say, it needs moving parts are meant to move. As it's moved for a year.
There is some very sober advertising.
On the back tomorrow. Sorry? Might be on the back tomorrow. I'll take the DWR. Yeah, been out for a year.
Right, and that is the AEC, so I think this is 1967. Now I'm going to walk up to Bond Square. I think there's music coming from the castle, so I'll go and have a look at that. Now that will be the Oxford Open Door promotional stall. Be giving out leaflets and things about what Oxford Open Doors are doing today and tomorrow.
And then one time he gave my done with them, then took me playing walking around the world. It was like he ran and he did the whole like arms behind him run like oh no.
There we are back at the West Gate. There's the bus that's taking them up to Bond Square. That's nothing to do with the bus museum, it's an emblem of the Arts Cafe. And there's the bus museum's other display bus for Bond Square. And that's another AEC. Quite a nice logo. I hadn't realised that the wings were part of it. Well, you don't get stagecoach buses like that.
Because the thing is, people say, well, what can I do hybrid?
Hey, you'll give a bus ride down already.
Yep, if you go right into Castle Street, you do where the Premier Inn is.
Oh look, is that an old...
You go down there, Premier Inn.
We'll all go into West Gate and go out down again.
Come up there to your stop.
So this is the Bus Museum's stand, and this one has pictures of old bus stops from various eras.
Take one, because Granny's only got money for one.
And it's interesting to take it and walk round Oxford and compare those scenes with what we have today.
Right, just one then. Which one are you going for?
The old buses. Mummy, there's buses as well. Yeah, look. How many pounds is it?
Orange camper van? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just going to have a look.
And what they don't tell you, I think this book must have been produced as a celebration of Park and Ride, because this is one of the first Park and Ride buses.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm on again at 1, so I've got time for a sandwich. More importantly, a wee-wee. So I'm going to leave those on there. Oh, I'm going to use Marks and Spencer. I can kill 2 birds with one stone. Hi, Edward.
Co tam było?
That one. Good choice. That was good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ja mam cały woreczek w domu.
Coś tam się znajdzie.
Co, podoba wam się któryś?
We'll just leave it on the wheel.
No możesz oglądać sobie, no. Mi to się takie stare podobają, wiesz? Albo ten Mustang biały. Tak ci się podoba? Taka ciężarówka? Powiem ci, wiesz co, że ona mi się też padła w oczy. Autobus czerwony.
Zobacz, tu jest jaki autobus.
Właśnie, tak się podoba.
Widzisz?
Uważaj, dobrze? Mogę zobaczyć tego? Będzie ten, to mi się podoba.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
Co Dawidzie, który ci się podoba?
Robię taki pomarańczowy. Jeden, kochanie, jeden.
No pokaż mi. Oj nie, wiesz co, tego się nie otwiera, tu się nie otwiera tył.
To ten?
Ten jest bardzo fajny, bo tutaj zawsze można coś
Taki,
włożyć.
tak? Tu jest.
So copies of bus yearbook for £2 each.
Fajniejszy, no dobra.
That's been freshly painted. No, it's one of the old ones. Well, what should we do?
No to wybierz sobie, który chcesz.
To Dawid, ty chcesz ten nie bierzesz, tak? Matyś, od których chcesz samochodzik?
I suppose that tombstone's sat there.
No wybierz sobie jedno autko. Taki ci się podoba? Matysiu? Tak? To daj panu i zapłacimy, tak?
Który? Ten? Tak?
Can we get two?
Okej. No a tu
Thank
ani
you very
jeden.
much, sir.
Który? Ten?
Nie, no halo, chłopcy. Dobra.
Który by chciał? Chciałeś ten? Ten? No to proszę.
Okay, well that's the Long Hanborough Bus Museum and a display of old buses, Oxford buses. And I'm going to now go over to the castle and see what's going on.